Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Anne. On today's tutorial, we are going to be making this cropped cardigan. So for the measurement purposes, we are going to start by making our back panel. It measures up to 24 inches. After that, we're going to make our front panel without the ribbing. It measures up to 10 inches, both of them, of course, and the ribbing, the front ribbing measures up to 2 inches. Our sleeve, they measure up to 17 inches. That is inclusive of the ribbing. And overall, our cardigan measures up to 15 inches. So it's really super cropped. And for context, I'm giving you the measurement before you start because I forgot to include that while I was filming. And also the sweater is a size medium. Anyway, let's get started. We'll be using this yarn. It's called Super Saver, and we'll be using a 3.5 millimeter hook. So we are going to start our work by making a slip stitch and make a chain of 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll meet you guys after you've made your 100 chains. We are done with our 100 stitches. So the stitch works up in an even number. We are going to chain 1, and on the second chain from the hook, we are going to make a single crochet, and we are going to keep making single crochet in every stitch until you get to the end of our row. And by the end of your row, you should have a total number of 100 single crochet stitches, and I will meet you guys after. We're going to move on to our next row. You're going to make a chain of 1, 2, and then we're going to turn our work and then skip the first stitch, and in the next stitch insert your hook and pull through your yarn, then yarn over, insert your hook, pull through your yarn. You should have 4 stitches on your hook, yarn over again, and in the same stitch pull through your yarn. You should have 6 loops on your crochet hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all the 6 loops, and then chain 1, skip 1 stitch, insert your hook in the next stitch, pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook, then yarn over and onto the same stitch, pull through. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over again into the same stitch, pull through your hook. You have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, then make a chain of 1, skip 1 stitch, in the next stitch insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through. You should have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, chain 1. You're going to repeat this until you have 2 stitches left at the end of your row, and I'm going to meet you guys there. We are at the end of our row. We have 2 stitches left. We are going to skip 1 stitch, and on to the next stitch, we're going to insert your hook, pull through our yarn, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through our yarn over, insert your hook, pull through our yarn, and pull through all of those. And then we are going to chain 2. So 1, 2, and we are done with our very first row. We're going to turn our work, and on this row, we are going to be working on these spaces instead. So we are going to insert our hook on this space, then we're going to pull through our yarn, then yarn over, insert your hook, pull through our yarn over, insert your hook, pull through our yarn. We're going to have 6 loops on our crochet hook, and then we're going to pull through and chain 1. And then we are going to move on to this space again. Insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through. We're going to have 6 loops on our crochet hook, yarn over, pull through all of them, and then chain 1. You're going to move on, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through. And we are going to have 6 loops on our crochet hook, yarn over, pull through all of the 6 loops, and then chain 1. On to the next one, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through all the 6 loops, and then chain 1. We are on our last stitch, so we are going to insert our hook on this chain 2 space right here, and then we're going to pull through our yarn over, insert your hook, pull through your yarn over, insert your hook, pull through your yarn. You're going to have 6 loops on your hook, and then you're going to pull through all, and then chain 1, 2. So our work is going to be a repeat of row 2 until you have a total number of 37 rows for your back panel. And remember, every time you start your row, you have to chain 2, and I will meet you guys after that. This is what we have after we've done 37 rows of the pin stitch. Also, I want to make some correction. I decided to start my row with 80 stitches instead of 100 stitches. Always ensure when you start your row or when you start working up this stitch, you're starting your work with an even number. Okay, that is the only thing you need to make sure of. So on this back panel, I have a total number of 37 rows and I have a total number of 80 stitches. I want us to start making the front panel. So count from here up to where I've placed my stitch marker. We have a total number of 32 stitches, and then I counted here as well. From the first stitch to the last, to this one, I have a total number of 32 stitches. Leave a space for our neckline that is 5 inches. And then we are going to start making our front panel. To make our front panels, we are going to start by making a chain of 32. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. After you've made a chain of 32 stitches, that's an even number, you are going to chain 1. And on the second stitch from the hook, you are going to make a single crochet. And on the next stitch, make a single crochet. And we are going to keep making single crochets until you get to the end of your row. And I'm going to meet you guys after that. For row 2, we are going to make a chain of 1, 2. We are going to turn our work this way and we are going to skip this stitch, and in the next stitch you're going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through in the same stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch and pull through. You should have 6 loops on your crochet hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all the 6 loops, and then you're going to make a chain of 1. We're going to skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch we're going to insert our hook. Then you're going to yarn over in the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, pull through. You have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the 6, and then make a chain of 1, skip 1, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, chain 1. And we are going to be repeating this until we have 2 stitches left at the end of our row, and I'm going to meet you guys after that. We have 2 stitches left. We are going to skip 1, and on the last stitch we are going to insert our hook, pull through, yarn over in the same stitch, pull through, yarn over in the same stitch, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all of them. And then we are going to make a chain of 1, 2, turn your work, and on these spaces right here, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, and pull through. Chain 1 on this space right here, yarn over, insert your hook, and we are going to be repeating these until you get to this stitch right here, and I'm going to meet you guys there. We are on our last cluster. We are going to chain 1, and we are going to go on this chain 2 space, insert your hook, pull through, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, and we are going to yarn over, pull through all, and then we are going to make a chain of 1, 2, turn your work this way, and on this space right here, we are going to insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, and pull through, yarn over, pull through, chain 1. On this space right here, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. You should have 6 stitches on your loop, yarn over, pull through all of them. So our work is basically going to be a repeat of row 2 until you have a total number of 37 rows, and you're going to make 2 matching panels, and I'm going to meet you guys after that. We are done with our 37 rows. We are going to chain 1, and we are going to be making single crochet on top of our stitch. So just make single crochet on top of every stitch that you make. So go through this one, and you go through this space, go through this top part, and go through this space, go through the top part, and go through this space. We are on our very last stitch. Make a slip stitch. So by the end of this single crochet row, you should have a total number of 32 stitches. And this is what you should have after you are done with your first front panel. And this is our second front panel. We've made it the same way we made this one. We are going to start joining our shoulder area. So the places where we placed our stitch markers, we are going to start joining from those points. So take your yarn and make a slip stitch. And on this stitch, insert your hook, and on this stitch as well where you placed your stitch marker, insert your hook and make a slip stitch, and onto the same stitch make a single crochet. And then we are going to start joining our work using single crochet. So on this side you insert your hook on the back loop, and on the other side you insert your hook on both loops. And remember to join your work on the wrong side. So we are going to keep joining our work using single crochets until we get to the end of our row. We are on our very last stitch. We are going to make one more single crochet into the same stitch, chain 1, and cut off your yarn. This is what you should have once you are done attaching your shoulder. I've already attached the other side, and this is what we are working with. We are going to start making our sleeve. So you're going to take your yarn and make a slip stitch, and then make a chain of 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll meet you guys after you've done 60 stitches. After you've chained 60 chains, you're going to chain 1, and on the second chain from the hook, you're going to make a single crochet. And you are going to be making single crochet throughout your chain until you get to the end of your row. And I'm going to meet you guys after that. We are at the end of our row. You should ensure you have 60 single crochet stitches. So we're going to move on to our next row. You're going to chain 1, 2, and then turn your work this way. Skip the first stitch and on to the next stitch. Insert your hook, pull through your yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, pull through your yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, pull through your yarn. You should have 6 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through all of them, and then you're going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch into the next stitch, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through. And you're going to have 6 stitches, 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the 6, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through all the 6 loops and chain 1. So you're going to repeat this stitch until you have 2 stitches left at the end of the row, and I'm going to meet you guys there. We have 2 stitches left at the end of our row. We're going to insert our hook in the last stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch. You should have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all of them. We're going to be chaining 1, 2, and then we're going to turn our work. And on our second row, we are going to be working through these spaces. So we are going to insert our hook on this space, yarn over, insert your hook again in the same space, yarn over, insert your hook in the same space. You should have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all of them, and then chain 1. And on the next stitch, we are going to go through the same space again, yarn, insert your hook, pull through, insert your hook, pull through, insert your hook, pull through. Should have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the 6, chain 1, insert your hook in this loop, yarn over, insert your hook in the same loop, yarn over, insert your hook in the same loop. You should have 6 stitches on your loop, yarn over, pull through all of them. And you are going to keep doing this until you get to the end of your row, and I'm going to meet you guys there. We are on our last stitch, so we are going to go through this chain 2 space over here. So insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, and you should have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the 6, and then you are going to chain 2. Whenever you're starting your new row, always ensure you're chaining 2 always. And then we are going to turn our work this way. You're going to insert your hook in the first loop, pull through, in the second loop, in the same stitch, pull through, and in the same stitch, pull through all of the 6, chain 1. Our work is going to be a repeat of these row 2 until you have a total number of 42 rows, and I will meet you guys after that. Also ensure you make 2 matching sleeves. We are done with our 42 rows. We are going to start making single crochets on top of our bean stitch. So you're going to be chaining 1 instead of 2. Once you chain 1, on the very first stitch, make a single crochet. On the next stitch, make a single crochet. Onto the next stitch, make a single crochet. Onto the next stitch, make a single crochet. And by the end of this row, you should have a total number of 60 single crochet. It should be the same number of stitches you started your row with. We are done with our last single crochet. We should have a total number of 60 single crochet, and that's it for our sleeve. We are going to attach our sleeve to the sweater. On the front panel, we made a total number of 37 rows. So what you're going to do, you're going to count 1 up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's our 7th stitch. After you've counted 7, you're going to put a stitch marker on the 8th stitch, on the 8th row, and then you're going to count 7 rows on the other side, on the front panel as well. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the 8th stitch, put a stitch marker. So you're going to put your stitch marker on this stitch. From here up to the shoulder area, you made a total number of 37 rows. So you're going to take 37 minus 7 rows. That is going to give us 30 stitches on this side and 30 stitches on the other side as well. All of this space is for attaching our sleeve. We're going to start attaching our yarn at this point where we placed our stitch marker. So take your yarn, make a slip stitch, and we are placing our first stitch on the place where we placed our stitch marker. Make a single crochet, make a slip stitch, chain 1, and on to the same stitch, make a single crochet. And we are making the single crochet on the right side of our work, not the wrong side. After you've placed your very first single crochet, you're going to move on to your next stitch, make a single crochet. And then this is our next stitch, make a single crochet. And when you get to the puffs here, this is our 4th stitch, make a single crochet. And on this, make a single crochet, make a single crochet. So keep making single crochet until you get to the shoulder area. I'm going to meet you guys there. We are at our shoulder area. So count your stitches from the place where you placed your stitch marker up to your shoulder area. You should have 30 single crochet. So what we are going to do, we are going to be decreasing on our shoulder area. So you're going to go through that stitch and go through that stitch and make a single crochet. That is going to be our 31st stitch, and that is going to lead us to the other stitch on the other side. Okay, so after that, you're just going to keep making single crochets like usual. And by the end of this row, you should have a total number of 61 single crochet rows. We are at the end of our single crochet rows, and this is the place where we placed our other stitch marker. And also remember, when you're counting your row, you are only counting the puffs only. You're not counting the single crochet rows you made at the beginning of your row and at the end of your row. After you're finished with your single crochet row, you're going to turn your work into the wrong side. and this is what you should have. Place your sleeve this way, and it should match up to your single crochet stitches. And what you're going to do from this corner, don't cut off your yarn. From the corner where you placed your very last single crochet stitch, you're going to take your sleeve and you are going to attach your work. You are going to attach your yarn to that. So insert your hook on this stitch and then pull through your yarn that way and onto the same stitch. You're going to insert your hook and join it to the other side by making single crochet. Insert your hook on the stitch that is facing you on this side, but on the other side, insert your hook on both loops. Insert your hook on the stitch that is facing you, insert your hook on both loop and make single crochets. We are going to be attaching our work using single crochet, and we are attaching our work on the wrong side. So we have this extra stitch that we made at the shoulder area. We are going to insert in the same stitch on the other side, and that's how you fit in your extra stitches. Keep making single crochet until you get to this point where you have your stitch markers, and I'm going to meet you guys there. We are done attaching our last stitch. So this is what you should have once you turn your work into the right side. It should be attached evenly. We are going to be attaching our sleeve together. So insert your hook on that side, insert your hook on the other side as well, and make a single crochet. Insert your hook on that space, insert your hook on that, make a single crochet, insert your hook on that, and insert your hook on that and make a single crochet. So keep attaching your work using single crochets until you get to the end of your row. This is what you should have once you are done attaching our sleeve. We are going to start making our cuff. So first things first, we are going to turn our work into the right side. So for our cuff area, we are going to start by making a chain of 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Once you've chained 16, you're going to chain 1, and on the second chain from the hook, you're going to make a single crochet. So keep making single crochet until you get to the first chain that you made. When we get to this point, you're going to skip your very first stitch, and onto the next stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. Onto the next stitch, make a slip stitch. Onto the next stitch, make a slip stitch. So you've made 3 slip stitches at the bottom. Then you're going to turn your work this way, and on the first stitch, you're going to make a back loop, single crochet, back loop, single crochet, back loop, single crochet, back loop, single crochet. And by the end of this row, you should have a total number of 16 back loop single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work this way. We are moving on to a third row, and make back loop single crochets. And by the end of this row, you should have 16 back loop single crochets. We are on our last stitch, our 16th stitch, and when you get to this point, you're going to skip this stitch. You skip one stitch and onto the next stitch, make a single crochet, onto the next stitch, make a single crochet, onto the next stitch, make a single crochet. Turn your work this way, and we are going to start making back loop single crochets. So keep making back loop single crochets until you get to the end of your row. When you get to this point again, we are going to skip this stitch, onto the next stitch, make a slip stitch, onto the next stitch, make a slip stitch, onto the next stitch, make a slip stitch. So we are just going to be repeating this until we have 4 stitches left at the end, and I'm going to meet you guys there. We are back. We have 4 stitches left. We are going to skip our very first stitch, skip this stitch, onto the next stitch, make slip stitch, onto the next stitch, make a slip stitch, and onto the next stitch, make a slip stitch, and we are going to turn our work this way and make back loop single crochets. Keep making back loop single crochet until you get to this point, and ensure you have 16 back loop single crochets. So we are going to be joining these 2 parts together. Insert your hook onto your first stitch. Insert your hook on the back loop, and on the other side, insert your hook on both sides and make a single crochet. Insert your hook on the back loop, on the other side, make single crochet. So keep attaching your work just like this until you get to the end of your row. Cut off your yarn. And we are done. We are going to sew in all our ends, and this is what you should have. It looks really nice, and you're going to do the same on the other side as well, and I will meet you guys after that. We're going to join this part. Take your yarn and make a slip stitch. Attach your yarn on one corner of your work, so go through this space right here, insert your hook and pull through and make a slip stitch. Go through this stitch and to the next stitch, make a single crochet. Remove your stitch marker and remove the other stitch marker. And now we are going to keep attaching our work using single crochet. Go through that stitch, go through that one, make a single crochet stitch, go through that stitch, go through that stitch and make a single crochet, go through that stitch, go through that stitch and make a single crochet. We are going to make our last single crochet stitch. Go through that stitch twice and cut off your yarn. You're going to do the same thing on the other side as well. We are going to start making our bottom ribbing. We are going to count the stitches we have at our front panel, and on this front panel we have 32 stitches, and you're going to write that down. So 32 stitches, and on the next front panel we have 32 stitches as well. Write that down as well. And then on the back panel we have 80 stitches. So we are going to add 80 stitches. So add this together, 32 plus 32, it's going to give us 64. 64 plus 80, we are going to have 4. This is going to give us 14 stitches, and you can add the extra corner stitches. So 1, so that is 2. We are going to have 146 rows. We are going to take a different hook. I'm going to use a 3mm hook. Initially I was using a 3.5. Take your yarn and make a slip stitch. Once you make a slip stitch, make a chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Once you make a chain of 12, you're going to chain 1, and on the second chain from the hook, you're going to make single crochets. So just make single crochets until you get to the end of your row. We have 12 single crochet stitches. We are going to chain 1 onto our second row, and we are going to make back loop, single crochet. So insert your hook in the back loops only and make single crochets. We are on our third row. Our work is going to be a repeat of row 2 until we have a total number of 146 rows. And I will meet you guys after you've made 146 rows of back loop, single crochets. We are done with our back loop half double crochet. We have 146 rows. Don't cut off your yarn when you're done. Let me finish off these last stitches first. And make single crochets on top of your rows. And by the end of this single crochet row, you should have a total number of 146 single crochets. So just make single crochets. I'll meet you guys after you're done with your single crochet row. We are done with our single crochet rows. We have 146 stitches. We are going to start attaching our ribbing at the bottom part of our sweater, and we are going to start attaching from one corner, from this corner to the other. So insert your hook, pull through your yarn just like that, make a chain of 1 and insert your hook in the very first stitch, and on the ribbing insert your hook and make your very first single crochet. So we are going to be joining our ribbing using single crochet. So on the second stitch, you're going to insert your hook on the stitch that is facing you, and you go through both loops on the other side. The stitch that is facing you, both loops on the other side. The stitch that is facing you, both loops on the other side. Keep attaching your work until you get to the end of your row. I will meet you guys after that. We are done attaching our bottom ribbing. This is what you should have once you are done attaching. The sweater is looking chic. Everything looks good. So for the next part, I want us to make the front ribbing. We are going to count our stitches all around. So On the ribbing, we already have 12 stitches. So this is 12 plus 12. So we are going to take 12 plus 12. That is the ribbing part. And then we are going to count the rows on our puff stitch. This is 37 rows. So this side we had 37 rows, and this side we have 37. So we are going to take 37 plus 37. So this is going to give us 74, and this is going to give us 24. And then we are going to count the stitches on our neckline. So let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So for our neckline, we have 16 stitches. So we are going to add everything. 24 plus 74 is going to give us 8. And this is going to give us 9. 9 plus 16, we are going to have 14. And we're going to have 111 stitches. So this is what we have. And then we are going to include our corner stitches, this and this. So that is going to be 114 plus 2. And here as well, the joining part, we include these bottom stitches plus 2 more. So it's going to give us 116 plus 2. We are going to have 118. Yeah. So take your yarn and make a slip stitch. Once you make a slip stitch, make a chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After you've made 10 stitches, you're going to chain 1, and on the second stitch from the hook, make a single crochet, and you're going to make single crochets until you get to the end of your row. So chain 1 after you get to the end of your row, and on the back loop, make back loop single crochet. So basically we are just going to be repeating what we did for the bottom ribbing, and we're going to be doing back loop single crochets until we have 118 rows. We are done with our ribbing. We have 118 rows. We are going to start making single crochets in front of our sweater. So take your yarn, make a slip stitch, and on the very first stitch, make a single crochet. On the first stitch, make a single crochet. On the next stitch, make a single crochet. When you get to the pin stitch, just make a single crochet in each row, just like this. Ensure you're not missing out any stitch. I'll meet you guys when we get to the shoulder area. When you get to the shoulder area, make a single crochet. Make 2 single crochet in the same stitch, and then that's going to lead us to these stitches over here. And I think we are going to add a few more rows on this. So just keep making single crochets until you get to the end of our row, and I will meet you guys there. I have added a few more rows on my ribbing. We had 118, so right now we have 122. I think that's around 4 rows. Yeah, so I've added 4 rows. So you should ensure the number of rows on these matches the number of stitches on your sweater ribbing. So we are going to join this to this using single crochet the same way we did for the bottom ribbing, and I will meet you guys after that. We are done attaching our front ribbing. This is what you should have. It should fit in perfectly. We are officially done with our sweater. It's a size medium. This is what everything looks like on the right side. Just sew in all your ends. Yeah, and you will be done. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe and let me know what you think in the comment down below. Bye bye and have a good day.